What's going on, everyone? We're back here in the shop and we got a carburetor off of a 2006 Suzuki Eiger 400. Today we're just going to show you how we break down one of these, go through, clean it, and rebuild it, put a new kit in it and everything. So let's get started on it. First thing you want to do is take off your bowl. Now we got our bowl off, we got access to our floats, our jets and stuff. Now we're going to have to knock out this little pin that holds our floats in so we can get our needle out. Just going to push it out. If they're stuck, you may have to give them a light tap. Now that we got our needle out, now we're going to take out our two jets. When you take these out, I always like to set them to the side to compare them with the ones we get, to make sure they're the same size. This one here will have to be taken out with a wrench. This one does not come with a kit, so we'll have to clean it and reuse it. This here is your accelerator pump. If your four-wheeler is experiencing lag or something whenever you accelerate, it's like it's taking it a second to pick up, you may be having trouble with your accelerator pump. Be careful when you're taking this off. It does have a spring in behind it. It will have some pressure behind it. We're going to pop this out. And the way to check these is you're going to take and hold them up to the sunlight or a light. Just going to slightly pull on it, very slightly, and just got any pinholes or in it or anything, or it's real stiff, that will cause these not to work properly. This one here is in really good shape. You know, it does have just, you know, a little bit of dust on it, dirt. Do not spray these with carburetor cleaner, brake cleaner, anything like that. It will cause them to swell and shrivel up and not be usable. So this one here is in great condition. We're just going to lay it to the side, wipe it off real good, and then reinstall it once we get done cleaning. Don't forget, some of these have this little O-ring right here. The kit should come with that. So we're going to put it to the side with our diaphragm. Now we're going to move around to the top, take these loose. Be careful when you're taking these loose. There is a spring underneath here. And when you're working on your carburetor, you want to be careful not to break these off, because if you do that, your carburetor's ruined. Once you take this off, you have a spring here. Sometimes this little retainer comes out that holds part of this diaphragm, and there's another needle down in here. So we're just going to set it all to the side. And what that little retainer does, it just holds this needle here from working its way up and down in there when all this is put together. And we're going to do the same thing with this diaphragm. We're going to check it for any tears or pinholes. And just like the other one, this one here looks really good. It's just got a little bit of dust on it, which is common. We're just going to set it to the side. And again, never spray these with anything. Carburetor cleaner, brake cleaner, it will ruin them. So we're just going to set that to the side. Now that we have our carburetor completely disassembled, this one here does not have a idler air fuel mixture that you can take out. And it is an original carburetor. So we're just going to spray it off, clean out all of our ports and stuff, spray in all of our holes and everything. And then if you want to, you can go back and spray it out with air, and then we'll get back to reassembling. I just stick my carburetor cleaner down in each one of these holes, and even on the back side here, there's a small hole here. I'll spray down in there, anything I can put it in to spray through, make sure everything's clear. So we got everything cleaned off and sprayed out and blew off. Now down in the description below, you'll be able to find some of the parts and stuff that we've used in this video, along with, I use these little wire brushes and stuff to do a lot of cleaning on my carburetors and stuff. It just helps out a lot, especially with the ones that are really gummed up, along with a kit and other things. So be sure to check that out. So what we're gonna do now is start reassembling. And we're gonna start with our jets. And we've got this piece right here that we've done cleaned up. Just gonna install it here and get it tightened down. This is just gonna get snugged. So we've got these two here, and I know these two right here look very similar, and if you did not keep them separated and you kind of lost track of what we're doing, they are different sizes, as in the size of the hole inside them, not the threads or anything. But your bigger one will go in your main jet, which is attached to where this needle goes down from our top diaphragm. And your smaller one will go in your secondary jet, is what I like to call it. Just like this. And then we'll take a screwdriver and just snug these up. These are brass, so you don't want to just over tighten these and break them. We got one here way down in here that got overlooked, but went ahead and cleaned it out while we was cleaning. So we're just gonna pull it out and replace it. It's right here. It too has a size on it, and it is right here. And these two are the same size as well. We're just gonna drop it down in there and then tighten it up. Now that we got all three of them replaced, we're gonna get our needle. This is our fuel needle. And it does have a little clip on it here. This will slide over, float like this. Now, a good way to check to see if your float is sealing off properly is you can take your hose and put here and then apply pressure to it by blowing in it and lifting up and down by flipping the carburetor upside down and blowing, and by pushing it slightly up, that should cut off the airflow. If it does not, then that indicates that we have a small grain of sand or anything that could be causing it to leak very slightly, and you want to take this out. And sometimes you have to take a Q-tip and just clean them ever so slightly and recheck it. All right, get your bowl, and this kit did come with a new gasket, so we do want to replace it. We're just gonna slide these two together. Now we're gonna reinstall our bolts, our screws. You just want to snug these up good and tight. And if you notice, I did do these in a crisscross pattern more so than just going around in a circle. Just done them in a crisscross pattern, that way it went down evenly. Now we're gonna move around to our diaphragm right here. So, in this kit, and this is not uncommon, but it did not come with a new O-ring here. So, we're gonna reuse our old one, which fits down in there nicely still. This right here, we've done checked over it and everything. Got our spring. Whoops. We're done cleaned out this cap and everything good. Now we're going to reinstall our screws on this. So we got this tightened down like it's supposed to be. Now we're going to move to our top diaphragm. And we're going to slide it in. Now once you slide this in, you do want to come over here on this side. And as you can see down in here, that needle does have to go into that hole. Just like that. If not, this will not work properly. And we've got that little piece back on. That retainer piece holding that needle down like it's supposed to. And it does go on a certain way. It has to go on with the spring pushing down on the little ears. Now we're going to put our top cap back on this. On there to hold the spring. And we're going to put our screws in. Now that we got our top screws tightened down, this thing is complete and ready to go back on the machine. Appreciate you guys following along with us. Don't forget to check out everything down in the description, and we'll catch you guys in the next video.